What's up, guys? Eyecee here, and welcome to another NBA video. This one's for October 27th, 4-game slate. Apologies again for posting the video late yesterday. For those of you that tuned in, I hope you profited because I was really keen on a lot of these guys that went off. Russell Westbrook, Malcolm Brogdon smashed it. Josh Hart really did well. PJ Tucker, I said in the video, if he was making his shots, he'd be a really viable pick. Tristan Thompson was my favorite Cavalier, and he smashed here. Trae Young was my favorite Hawk, and he was probably one of the best plays on the night. Rui Hachimura, I said, had a good chance of going off against this San Antonio team that's been playing at a faster pace, and he did just that. It was almost the highest scoring game of the night. However, as I said, New Orleans-Houston game would be the highest scoring game of the night, and it was. And Brandon Ingram was one of my favorite Pelicans alongside Lonzo Ball, who also did really good, and Josh Hart. Overall, I had a really profitable night so far. It's still, the last game is still going on, but I feel I'm definitely gonna cash. I'm doing well. This showdown here, the Washington-San Antonio game, I won 7 here. This one's still in progress. I'm doing decent. I was doing decent. Now I'm not doing that well anymore. Kawhi really just took over here, but Phoenix is still winning surprisingly. So there's that. This is what I'm currently winning right now. I entered around $18, so I'm almost 3xing my buy-in. Not really. I'm almost doubling. So that's not bad, doubling. It is a slow grind, as I always say. It's about just slowly racking up and winning a little bit of money every day. This one was some GPPs here. 7 of them did well to cash, so I'm breaking even in the GPPs. $5 entries for 20 lineups, and I'm winning $5. But yeah, so far so good. Not a bad night, and hopefully we can identify some more plays today that end up doing good. So I do have a spreadsheet for this one, and you know, the way I do it is I go through each game one at a time, each team, talk about my favorite plays in general. So starting with the Brooklyn side, someone that stands out to me right off the bat that I really like is Taurean Prince. 5,700 DraftKings dollars. He's been getting he's been averaging 30.4 DraftKings points per game. And he's just in a good spot here against a Memphis team. Brooklyn's gonna need him. He's been averaging 37 minutes, but that's including that one overtime game, so it's a little misconstrued. Look for around 30 to 33 minutes for Taurean Prince. He's been performing really well. He's been on the court a lot, and I like him better than Caris LeVert just based on the price tomorrow. So he's someone I really like. And then Kyrie Irving, of course, is in play. 9,300. He's one of the better players of the night, one of the stud options, so definitely in consideration against a young Memphis team. Aside from that, Spencer Dinwiddie and Jared Allen, both of these guys I like. Spencer Dinwiddie more so. He's getting a good amount of minutes still off the bench. I expect him to get a little bit more run. 22 minutes, a little low for him. He should be getting more minutes per game, in my opinion. But he's getting a lot of usage when he is on the court. He's getting around 1/3 usage when he's on the court, and that's really good. So if his minutes are slightly increased, he should be a really good value play. 4,900, not value, but really good play in general. Joe Harris is someone that's been getting a lot of minutes, and at this price, you can't really go wrong with him in this matchup. If his shot's falling, he could hit value. So Jared Allen, Dinwiddie, Harris, Kyrie Irving, and Taurean Prince are my favorite plays. Caris LeVert I like, but at 6,800 is a little too steep for me. There's some other plays I'd rather go to with a little bit more upside. There's a lot of guys that are scoring dependent on this Brooklyn team, and not everyone can eat on a given night. This particular night, I'm willing to bet against Caris LeVert, but he can always go off, and he's still in play. I'm going to have him in some lineups, just not as much as I would usually. On to the Memphis side, we got to keep an eye on Brandon Clark's news. He's questionable, and we don't know if he's going to be playing, but if he plays, he's one of my favorite plays. Been doing really good so far in the season, and I expect him to continue against Brooklyn, up against Jared Allen and DeAndre Jordan. DeAndre Jordan I'm not really keen on tomorrow, just based on the minutes. There's other guys I'd go to. His 4,400 price range, though, is pretty good, and he's due for a good game. Like, he can easily go out there and have a good game, but there's other guys I'd go to that are safer with better floor and upside both. So, but yeah, back to the Memphis side. Brandon Clark, he should be a good pick if he's playing. If he's not playing, then I'd really like Jaren Jackson. he'd probably end up getting a little bit more minutes here too. So Jaren Jackson would be someone I like, and then Jonas Valanciunas would be another guy I like. He's been playing on restricted minutes so far, but he's pretty productive when he plays. If we get news that his minutes are going to be increased to around 25 to 27, then he's someone I'd really like. Aside from that, if he's just going to be playing these 17.5 minutes at this price, I'd rather go to other players. Like, I just played Jaren Jackson for 100 more, getting more minutes, safer, younger guy, you know. Then John Morant, someone 6,700. I don't mind John Morant tomorrow. He's not hitting value the past both of the games so far. He is a young player, but he's someone that's just gonna naturally grow into the this offense for the Memphis team. As the season progresses, more chemistry, and they're just gonna get better and better. This is a better matchup for him, to be honest. Like, Kyrie's defense is almost non-existent, right? So John Morant's in a good matchup here. He might want to show off against Kyrie. He could be his idol. So I like John Morant. He's in consideration for me. And then Kyle Anderson, someone that's been doing really well on the season. He is a former Spurs player. He came through the system, and he's someone that can be very consistent on a nightly basis. I like his matchup here. He's getting 20 minutes, and I expect that to increase slightly, especially if Brandon Clark's out. Another guy that I really like is Jay Crowder. Just one of the veteran guys coming off the bench and providing a real spark. He's averaging the most minutes on the team, or second most after Jaren Jackson. And honestly, for the 4,400, he has a lot of upside. There's a little bit of everything. He assists, he rebounds, he can get you steals, and he can go out and score a couple of points. So if his shot's falling, definitely Jay Crowder would be in play. And I like the matchup here. They're going to need Jay Crowder to really get in the faces of some of these players like Karis LeVert and Dinwiddie. So Jay Crowder's definitely in play for me. But that's pretty much it. Like, Grayson Allen can really have a good game if he gets hot. He's getting 20 minutes, which is enough. He takes a lot of shots in those 20 minutes. So takes around 10 shots in those 20 minutes. So he can get hot. And then Dylan Brooks, another guy that could get hot in limited minutes. He's getting 24 minutes. He's 3,600. And he's not that bad. He just needs to make a couple more shots to hit value. And he has a good chance against Brooklyn tomorrow. So I'll also be considering him at this price. But that's about it. Tyus Jones, I guess, too, is in consideration. He's been doing good. 20 minutes, 44 DraftKings dollars, averaging 20.5 points, almost 5x. So if he does a little bit better, too, then he's also someone that can hit value easily. On to the next game of the night, which I think is probably going to be the highest scoring game of the night. Butler is still out, so we don't have that. And then my data is not really updated for this. These guys just played today. I cashed in the showdown too, so I did really well in that showdown too. But this is basically the minutes here. Winslow played 41 minutes. Bam played 38. Leonard played 24, Hero played 32, Nunn played 29, Dragic played 35, Olynyk played 28, Duncan played 23. Derrick Jones Jr. is out. So Duncan is someone to really consider for tomorrow. With that said, starting with the Miami side, Bam Adebayo is someone I'm going to be playing for a long time until his prices increase. He's just someone that could go off, and he's getting a lot of usage, especially without Butler so far. So definitely someone that's in play for me. Dragic's and other guys are averaging around 25 minutes per game, and he's getting 27% usage when he's on the court. At 5,400, he's really cheap. It is a back-to-back, though, so I think his minutes might be reduced here a little bit. Not too much, though, but a little bit. Just enough to maybe put me off of him and go with some of these other guys. Tyler Hero, his price is a little bit too high. He's getting the minutes, though, for sure. And if his shot's falling, he could smash just like he did in the first game. The matchup here is going to be slightly tough, with good defenders like Covington, Teague. They're not good defenders, but they're alright. But if Hero shot's falling, he's shown that he's a tough shot maker. He's not scared to shoot. He could definitely hit value easily. Derrick Jones is out, according to DraftKings, so should have just. But if he's not out and he's in play, then I'm definitely not going to be on Robinson that much. But if he's out, then Robinson's someone I really like. But yeah, Tyler Hero, Dragic, Bam Adebayo, I'd consider all of these guys. And then Myers Leonard, at the price point, I don't mind him, but he got what today? 24 minutes, 7 rebounds, 8 points. the matchup was tough for him today, right? He was going up against Brook Lopez, Giannis, and the thing, so that was a little bit tough for him. But he's someone that could also go off at the price point, 3,400. You don't need much from him, and if he's gonna get extended run because it is a back-to-back for them, then he's someone that could easily hit value too. So he's someone that I get the slight consideration to, because of the back-to-back and the price range here. Another guy I really like is Kelly Olynyk. Another guy that you see slight uptick in minute, and he's been doing really well anyways. At 4,400, he's someone that's definitely in play for me. He's going to see around 22 minutes. So definitely someone to consider. Maybe actually more, 26 minutes I would say. Duncan Robinson I already talked about. If Derrick Jones Jr. is out, then Duncan Robinson is someone I'm definitely considering. He's minimum price here, and he's seeing 23 minutes, so he can definitely hit value very, very, very easily. Justice Winslow at 7,200. I'll give him slight consideration, but there's some other guys I'd rather go to. If Justice shots falling, then for sure he's always in play. He does a lot of things. He can get you rebounds, assists, steals. So he's someone that does everything, but that's mainly dependent on his shot falling for him to hit value. But Kendrick Nunn, man. Kendrick Nunn, 5,300. Finally, they've raised his price to something, decent, respectable. He's someone I've already picked up in my fantasy league. It's looking like he's the starting point guard for the Miami Heat going forward. He's been performing really well. He's very efficient with his shots and all that stuff, right? So he's someone that's definitely in play for me, and he's someone that's going to be getting minutes regardless of the back-to-back. He's not as young as people think. He's 24 years old. He's a mature shooter. He's a mature player. And he's someone that's really won over the coaching staff here and the other players. And he's getting his minutes here and run, and someone that's going to continue to do good until further notice. So with that said, going to the Minnesota side. Honestly, I'm not really too keen on a lot of guys here. Treveon Graham would be one guy at 3,700 that I'd be interested in. He's averaging 29 minutes. And so far, he's been doing really well for that price point. The matchup is good here. It's a up-pace matchup. Miami is not really playing that good of defense, so the score is running up there. And Treveon Graham could be in line to have a little bit of a better game than he usually does on average. So he's someone I'd definitely be considering. He should be low ownership. Aside from him, Karl-Anthony Towns 100% in play for me. He's just the best stud on the slate, in my opinion, tomorrow. The matchup's great for him, too. He's getting so much usage. He's getting 77%. He's getting 32% usage on this team when he's on the court. And he's on the court a lot. So the ball is going through Karl-Anthony Towns' hands in one way, shape, or form. Of course, he has triple-double upside. So he's someone that's definitely in play for me. And then Josh Okogie and Shabazz Napier, both of these guys I'd consider at these low prices. They're getting decent amount of minutes, and this matchup dictates that some guard is going to have to be in play here. And why not Shabazz Napier, Josh Okogie? Napier in particular is coming off of a good game. The last game was really good for him. So look for him to ride the wave here and provide a little bit of a scoring spark for this Minnesota Timberwolves team. But Karl-Anthony Towns, without a doubt, is my favorite play on this Timberwolves team, followed by Treveon Graham. I'd give consideration to Robert Covington too, but at 5,700, there's other guys I like, and he's too scoring dependent. He does everything he can get you steals, blocks, rebounds, assists, but he's very scoring dependent. So I'm not really too keen on Robert Covington tomorrow. Karl-Anthony Towns is my go-to guy here. Alright, Portland versus Dallas. Another game I kind of like here tomorrow. One of my favorite plays right off the bat is Kent Bazemore. He's been averaging 24 minutes. And I don't know, on the Portland team, he's been doing really well. He's been reborn here on this Portland Trailblazer team. And good for him. 4,200 is a fair price for him for this matchup. They've been giving him 24 minutes on average per game. And if Rodney Hood's really not getting it done, then they'll turn to Kent Bazemore. I like Kent Bazemore. He has good upside. The floor might be a little lower than than compared to other players, but there's good upside here. I could see him doing well tomorrow, and he's someone that I'd be considered playing from the Portland team a lot. One of my personal favorite plays on the slate is Zach Collins. I just love his matchup with the Dallas Mavericks. I think he's really going to do well. He's going to be a little under-owned because he hasn't been performing. But he's someone that's due for a really good game. He's a key part to this Portland Trailblazers offense, and they got to start getting him going. So I really like him. He's someone I definitely consider. Another guy I really like is Rodney Hood. If he's going to get 31 minutes per game at $4,200 DraftKings dollars, I really like him. He hasn't been doing that well so far, but he did have a good game last game, so I look to him tomorrow as well. He's in consideration. And then Lillard and McCollum. Lillard's been doing really well. McCollum's been shit the last 2 games. He's sitting around 4 to 5x, which is not bad, but not great either. He's really cheap, but now he's 6,600. He's been like 61 and 6,200. So this price is kind of a little bit steeper. I know I'm not going to be really keen on him tomorrow. This is the game he decides to go off. This is against a slightly better matchup for him. So this could be a spot he goes off. I predict his ownership is not as high as it usually is because of the 2 past poor performances. So he's someone to I'd be on the fence with. He's in my doghouse sort of, but I'm willing to give him another chance here. And Whiteside, one of my favorite center players is Whiteside aside from Karl-Anthony Towns. This price is still really cheap for him for the upside Whiteside has. Whiteside can just smash it in a limited amount of time, so long as he doesn't get foul trouble. So Whiteside's another guy I like, and they're gonna need him against Porzingis. So there's some there's some potential for him to get in foul trouble here, but it could work both ways. All right, onto the Dallas side. Luka Doncic a lock. Okay, now that's it. Next. Luka Doncic has been playing really, really well. He's definitely in play. Someone I don't mind going to. But aside from that, Jalen Brunson's been someone that's been really consistent off the bench. He was in the winning lineup last time Dallas was on the slate. He's been getting 26.5 minutes. 4K is his price. He's very cheap, and he's in a good matchup here. Definitely someone I'd be considering and having in my lineups. Aside from him, Dorian Finney-Smith's coming off of a good game. Minimum price here, 3K, averaging around 27 minutes. Another guy I'd consider in my lineups. Justin Jackson had a really good game. Last game, more inclined to what I thought he'd be doing. So I'm considering Justin Jackson tomorrow too. He's someone that the Dallas team is really, really high on. And he didn't have a good first game, but the last game they played, he did really well. Maxi Kleber as well. Didn't have a good first game, but had a good second game. He's averaging around 28.5 minutes, and until what's his face, man, Dwight Powell comes back, Maxi Kleber is gonna continue to see extended run. So he's someone I also like, and I'll be considering tomorrow. But aside from that, Porzingis is in play for me, of course. 8,200 is a little high up there now, but he's been performing, getting 29 minutes per game, and almost getting 40 DraftKings points. He just needs to make a couple more shots, get a couple more blocks and steals here and there, and he'll be good. DeLon Wright is someone that had a really good game last game, but I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm on the fence with him. I'm going to have him in a few lineups, but not that many. And then the last game of the slate, I don't really like this game. I really think this one's going to be a blowout. But with that said, starting with the Charlotte side, PJ Washington's been performing really, really well. And he's been getting a lot of minutes. His price is up there, but I'm willing to ride the wave with this kid. I've watched the games, and he's looked really good. Like, I really have enjoyed watching him play. So he's someone I'm definitely going to be considering tomorrow in a lot of lineups. Aside from him, Devontae Graham has been phenomenal. I really like his chances against the Lakers tomorrow, especially if Rondo doesn't play. He's someone that definitely, I think, at 4,600, with the amount of usage he's getting when he's on the court, the minutes, is someone that could do well. But aside from him, it's always a guessing game with this team. Who's going to do good, right? There's the Miles Bridges. There's Dwayne Bacon. There's Malik Monk. All of these guys are getting a decent amount of minutes, right? Rozier's getting a little cheaper now, so he's someone I could consider. He's due for a game, but he's still pretty expensive. We used to play Rozier at like 4,500, and that was good. But now he's like 6,400, and that's kind of not what he's like. He's not that type of player. He's not gonna go out there and take over a game and just win it for you, right? That's not Rozier. So he's someone that I'm not really gonna consider that much, especially with all these other guys. There's too many mouths to feed here, and he might get assists, a lot of assists, but like he's getting 45% of the assists on the team, with Devontae Graham being the other guy. So they're the main playmakers here, and when he's not on the court, he's on the court, Devontae Graham. So I'd rather go with Devontae Graham for the $2,000 price difference than Terry Rozier. But PJ Washington, someone I really like, and Cody Zeller should be playing now. He's off the injury list, so he's someone that's also going to be getting a lot of minutes, and someone whose size they're going to need to match up with JaVale McGee, Howard, and Anthony Davis at times. So he usually does well against Anthony Davis and these other guys. He's a very competitive guy, so I don't mind playing him at all. 5,300 is really cheap for him with the amount of upside he has. So he's someone I'd be considering as well. And then on the Lakers. Anthony Davis and LeBron James. Both of these guys are for sure RP guys I'm considering. They're getting a lot of minutes. They're getting upwards of 33 and 34% usage each. So a third each. And then the rest of it is the other guys when they're on the court. But that's a lot of usage to have between just two guys on a team. And they're priced reasonably well. It's between LeBron, Anthony Davis, Kyrie, and Towns. To be honest, who really does well. There is Luka Doncic as well, who's a lock for me, but I'm just playing Luka. I'm not considering it. I'm just playing Luka. There's no debate. I'm just playing Luka, okay? But these other guys, there is some debate to be had. Anthony Davis, Towns, LeBron, Kyrie. I'd lean towards Towns because I like that matchup a lot. The Lakers do play at a slower pace, but Charlotte's a young team and they play at a really fast pace. So they'll even out here, and there'll be a lot of opportunity, a lot of upside here for Anthony Davis to get blocks, steals. Same with LeBron to get blocks and steals, extra rebounds from all the Charlotte Hornets, missed shots because they're not that efficient. They take a lot of shots straight. So there's a lot of upside for these guys to get a lot of rebounds and additional stats here. So these guys are both going to be in play for me. I'll have them in some capacity, but honestly, I'd have Towns more than each of these guys, and Luka Doncic I'm going to have regardless. Aside from those guys, it's kind of like tough here, man. There's a lot of guys that could have good games here. There's Dwight Howard who could have a good game. He had a good game yesterday. There's KCP who's been terrible, who could randomly go off. There's Avery Bradley who could also randomly go off. They're both priced really, really weirdly. 3,800. They've been doing really bad, so that's why. But these guys could easily go off and just, break the slate. Then there's Troy Daniels, who's been really good in the 19 minutes he's been playing, and someone that they might be turning to as long as Rondo's out. There's Quinn Cook, who has a lot of upside, and he's getting decent minutes too. So I'm really confused with the Lakers team in general. Danny Green has been the one safe guy, consistent guy, making his three-point shot. But Danny Green is also known as someone that could just not make his shots. And if he's not making his shots, then he's kind of useless. So far, Danny Green's been making the shot. But when he stops making the shots, you're in trouble. So Anthony Davis, LeBron are two guys that are the safe place for me on the Lakers. Duh. But aside from that, I'm still willing to go to Danny Green, Dwight Howard, JaVale McGee. I'm willing to give these guys a run. For whatever reason, I'm seeing here that JaVale McGee's only been playing 14 minutes per game. Is that correct? Why is my man on... What the hell? Why is my man on the floor for such little time? It's not even in foul trouble or anything. What is this disrespect? Why are they doing this to him? I don't get it. I guess they're playing Anthony Davis at the 5. That's BS, man. He's actually splitting minutes. It shouldn't be like... Why is he only playing 14 minutes? If he's only playing 14 minutes, he's not in play for me. Forget that. Believe that. He's not in play for me, bro, at 14 minutes. But yeah. Alright. That's pretty much it. Now let's go to here and let's go to this plays and let's pick the lineups. So, right off the bat. Okay, let's put Luka. That was overtime game, that's why. Yeah, I'm going Dinwiddie. I like Taurean Prince. I also like Olynyk. He's questionable. He's not out, but left groin strain, doubtful to play. So he's been getting 16 minutes, so his 16 minutes gonna be up for grab. Probably goes to Leonard Olynyk. Myers Leonard at 3,400, 23 minutes. I wouldn't mind him. He's probably I actually don't mind him. I'm gonna play him as a cheap punt option. How the hell did Bridges get in there? 6,400, eh? I still want to pick some cheap guys first. There's cheaper guys here. I don't mind Jay Crowder at 4,400 against the Brooklyn Nets. And then Kyle Anderson, I don't mind either. 20 minutes per game. He can go off too against the Nets. Yeah, let's go with Kyle Anderson. Then we got 7,100 per pick. Bam, I like Bam, but you know, since I already said I was going to be playing Towns, let's just put Towns in here. And then we have 6,200. With the 6,200, I don't mind going to Devontae Graham, but it's kind of risky. It is the Lakers. He's been doing really well though, but he is coming off the bench. A safer guy would be Brunson. He's been playing 28 minutes and he's doing decent. I don't expect that to really change. He was really consistent in preseason too. He was better than DeLon Wright on all of preseason. So there's that to consider. Tim Hardaway is really cheap, but for the amount of minutes he's getting, I don't really like it. It's kind of tough. Who we going with? I don't mind Justin Jackson so long as he gets more minutes. It's only a matter of time. One day he'll be in the winning lineup and we'll be like, what? So Duncan Robinson is my cheap sneaky play, especially with Derrick Jones out. He got a lot of run in preseason. Oh fuck it, it knows what I mean. So this guy was getting a lot of run in preseason. 19 minutes in this game. 24 minutes in this game, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, 14 points. 23 minutes in this game, did really bad, 1 rebound, 3 points. 16 minutes in this game, 2 rebounds, 17 points. And in the last game against the Rockets, he played 26 minutes, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, 5 points. I mean, he's terrible. He's not good. There's a small chance he does well, so you have to consider him, but by any means, Grayson Allen. I like Troy Daniels. I mean, I have a feeling Troy Daniels is good. Let's just go with Troy Daniels. He should be getting minutes. We could go with Kleba here. We can go with Olynyk, who I really like. We're gonna go with Olynyk. I'm actually gonna take him out. Okay. I'm gonna go with none. None. Whiteside. And I'm gonna upgrade Kyle Anderson. Am I? Nah, I'm not gonna update Kyle Anderson. I like Kyle Anderson tomorrow. Might upgrade him to my main man, Zach Collins. Collins in me nothing but problems. So Luka Doncic, Spencer Dinwiddie. So yeah, Portland thing is the last game. I don't have anybody from the Charlotte Lakers game, eh? I mean, I have a good feeling about Devontae Graham. I don't know why. And I also have a good feeling about Troy Daniels. I don't know why, but I just have a good feeling about these two guys. I wouldn't mind playing Devontae Graham. This is a GPP after all, so you gotta be a little risky in these things. I wouldn't mind playing him. Okay, let's just see what we can do if we put him in. Okay, Devontae Graham, you go in, and then Zach Collins kind of iffy to me. But then again, he's like the same Charlotte guys. Like, you gotta predict which one of these guys is really gonna do well. Let's put Olynyk in the power forward spot here so I could try and get some. Could play Jared Allen actually. I don't mind. I'll play some Jared Allen. I like that actually. Jared Allen, 24 minutes per game, 25, whatever. Yep, should be good. They're gonna need him tomorrow. They're gonna need Jared Allen. But I wish I had 100 more because I just played Taurean Prince. Let's just play Taurean Prince. We gotta get rid of someone then. Whiteside or Bam? Whiteside or Bam? Whiteside has been doing good, but Whiteside does have that foul history, so he could get into foul trouble. But he's just a beast, a PPM monster. But same thing with Bam. Like, you know what? I'm just gonna go with Bam. No, I have 300 extra. Don't wanna try and use my 300. I'm just gonna make sure. Yeah, I'm gonna play KCP. Okay. Josh Okogie is someone to consider too. 3,600. He's gonna be getting the minutes, and it's a good matchup against Miami. So Josh Okogie is someone to consider too. And then there was Travion Graham as well to consider. But yeah, man, I don't know. I just have a really good feeling about Kyle Anderson. So yeah, fuck it. I'm just going with that. That's it, guys. That's my video. Thanks for tuning in. Please comment, like, subscribe. If you have any questions about your lineups, let me know. Post them in the YouTube comments or message me on Twitter. I'll get back to you guys as soon as possible. Thanks for tuning in again. Best of luck to all of you guys, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Good luck. Bye-bye.